No mystery wins new 400 retro bicycles have spent quite a while being developed, yet at last the creation models are here, and they positively don't dishearten. At $499.95, the Victory Speed 400 seems to be a quality machine. However, more significantly, it rides like one as well. With another motor and new case, the Speed 400 clears another period for Win, who are not just wanting to sell these by the bucket load in the UK and Europe, yet are expecting to break into the Asian market as well, where new bicycle deals totally bantam that of the Western world. In India alone, there were just about 18 million new bicycles sold a year ago. However, the Speed 400 isn't simply a little limit A2 machine worked for an alternate market. It's a legitimate victory that feels like a serious bike. As far as its aspects, feel, and finish, you could, without much of a stretch, be tricked into imagining that it's something far more stupendous than the sticker price proposes. That is reverberated in the riding experience as well, with a case and suspension setup that is totally wonderful. At just 170 kN wet, the Speed 400 is coordinated and feels road triple-esque in its capacity to cut through corners with an amazing degree of balance and accuracy. The new 398cc engine is strong as well, offering a wide spread of force and force that covers the entire fire-up range. In any case, the choke is very sharp, the equipping is short, and it's buzzy at high rates, yet still a fantastic piece of unit will fulfill the sportiest of riders. Furnished with drove lighting, footing control, and a section LCD, part simple scramble, the Speed 400 has an adequate measure of innovation, particularly as the point of interaction is not difficult to explore and shows the fuel check, gear marker, and that's just the beginning. There's likewise a USB-C attachment ready for charging as well. Some might turn their nose up when you realize that they're underlying India, Thailand, and Brazil. However, don't let that put you off. The Speed 400 genuinely is a shocking, business-like bit of unit, and despite the fact that it is Win's most memorable endeavor at a low-limit machine, it unquestionably doesn't feel like it. The Victory Speed 400 rises above the A2 permit class and its unobtrusive 398cc ability to be a well-performing premium machine, and for under $5,000. The ride nature of the Speed 400 is totally right on the money, whether you extravagant cruising or regardless of whether you extravagant pushing on somewhat harder. The new body works entirely as one with the suspension, which offers a great degree of balance and backing. It truly raises a ruckus around town spot of presenting sufficient help to have the option to help the stakes down through close and twisty pieces, while as yet having an extravagant and smooth sufficient ride over refuse landing area without being excessively cruel. This is undeniably helped by a bunch of Metzeler M9RR tires, which convey a great measure of hold and turn-in ability, with a speedy warm-up time as well. For lighter riders, it sits on the firmer side of the range at the back. However, don't let that put you off, as the subsequent dexterity and backing of the standard setup is more than worth the effort, and the preload is flexible on the back, assuming you extravagant a change. The 4-cylinder brakes are totally mind-boggling as well, offering a tremendous measure of chomp and feel through the switch, with ABS mediation that isn't excessively forceful. It seems like a bundle that is genuinely premium and definitely more than just an A2 machine, with a riding position that is sufficiently open to back up the large limit style. Albeit somewhat more smaller than the Scrambler 400X model, the Speed is agreeable and spacious enough because of the long seat, huge tank, and the very much positioned bars and stakes that consider a large number of various rider levels and sizes. However, maybe in particular, it likewise has a low seat level and wet weight, which when joined with the slight suspension and motor, makes the Speed 400 deft and simple to move or explore at slow velocities. For the people who anticipate going out on really long rides, the seat is somewhat firm, yet solely after a couple of hours in the seat. Generally, the new single-chamber 398cc motor is a strong entertainer, with a degree of execution that is sufficient to genuinely mess around with. From 3,000 RPM upwards, it's punchy in its convey of force, with a wide spread of force that permits the Speed 400 to cheerfully pull in the higher pinion wheels as well. Up to 70 mph its bounty quickly enough and enthusiastic in its conveyance with a pleasant soundtrack to coordinate. And that intends that for quick streaming rides the Speed's case has been made for, that solitary chamber engine makes all the difference. Notwithstanding, being a seriously spicy, fruity single-chamber engine in its temperament implies that the sharp reaction from the ride-by-wire choke association is very clear, particularly in the lower gears, to such an extent, as a matter of fact, that first stuff isn't even expected to pull away. Albeit the gearbox is sweet and fresh both all over the crate, with a delicate grasp activity, the Speed 400 would profit from longer equipping, as despite the fact that that engine is more than fit for cruising, it gets very vibey at motorway speeds as well, sitting at over 6,000 RPM at 70 mph. Despite the fact that we can't remark on the unwavering quality right now, with 10,000-mile or 1-year administration spans, Win are certain about their new stage, while Bajaj have gained notoriety for building unbeatable machines. As far as the form quality, the completion on the Speed 400 is totally extraordinary, particularly when you consider the sticker cost.